So this makes it so much better for them, so much easier.
Well, life is so busy, right, for everyone, but for busy parents, whether they're working from home or not, juggling it all and getting their kids where they need to be can be a lot.
So some are turning to rideshare services to get those kids shuttled around, but most require passengers to be at least 18 years old. So this morning, we want to hear from parents.
Yeah, would you be willing to put your child in a rideshare alone? Weigh in right now in our live Twitter poll. In the meantime, I took an in-depth look at what this new service is all about. For adults, it's easier than ever to get where you need to be. Pull out your phone, open up your app, and then boom, you have a car at your front door.
In fact, that's exactly how we describe it. Uber for school children.
It's called HopSkipDrive. It was created by 3 busy working moms who needed a solution to get their kids to school.
We match schools and families with very highly vetted drivers that are called care drivers, because in addition to going through our rigorous 15-point driver certification process, they also have 5 years of caregiving experience.
Linda Morrison is one of those drivers ready to take students to school and help families who need a helping hand.
It just opens up a whole nother avenue for the parents to coordinate getting their kids to and from school without them having to actually do the driving.
Spokane Public Schools approved the partnership with the rideshare service last month and launched within the last week for just a few families. They say it will save the district money, especially for transporting smaller groups of students.
Anytime you have less than 12 students on a bus, we can be a cost-effective solution for a district, and cost savings will vary, but we've seen that we've been able to save school districts anywhere from 20 to 60%.
In a nationwide survey done by School Bus Fleet, 2/3 of districts across America are experiencing a bus driver shortage that's only been worsened by the pandemic. SPS hopes by adding the rideshare service, it will help alleviate the demand.
High school will be getting ready to go back, and so we'll be able to use those buses for other transportation needs to get our high school students to and from school. So it'll kind of open up that bus for that to happen.
So how does HopSkipDrive work? Right now, the district decides who's eligible. This includes students with special needs, those experiencing homelessness, or in the foster care system. Rides are scheduled in advance and are tracked by GPS from pickup to drop-off. Drivers wear these bright orange shirts and have stickers on their cars, and students have a code word they only know.
So the child knows that that is a word that they have come up with their caregiver, with their school. So this is the right driver. Then the driver will ask another question to make sure that they have the right student. So it's a 2-factor authentication system.
Which does make it a slightly different thing than Uber or Lyft, which is just more of a convenience for getting around town. These are your children, your most precious commodities.
It's a responsibility drivers like Linda don't take lightly. Right now, the service is only open to certain students. HopSkipDrive hopes to be available to all students sometime in the spring. Yeah, so it looks like people are a little bit split right now in our live Twitter poll. Some people saying that they need more information, while people saying a lot actually saying never.
Yeah, of course, it brings up that question, though. I mean, everyone's really busy, right? Of course, and if you have multiple kids, you're shuttling one here and there, and sometimes you just don't have the manpower to get them where they need to be. So I think it's an interesting topic, though, for parents, especially if they're very busy and they need that service.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the really interesting things from the district's perspective that they discussed is that, when they have to pick up one student who might have special needs or a special circumstance that they can't ride a bus with a lot more students, this is a really cost-effective option. Instead of a 60-seater bus to transport one student, it makes more sense for them to use a transportation service like HopSkipDrive that only transports one student. Also really interesting, they are hiring right now. Again, you need 5 years of caregiving experience if you want to drive for HopSkipDrive, and they actually pay pretty well. So I'll have a little bit more on that coming up a little bit later in the show.